contact you regarding your car's extended warranty for quite some time now. This will be our final attempt to try and reach you.
Yes, sir. Ski, we're back at it again. Hey to the millions not watching, and thanks to the ones that are. I've been very careful this week. Not running any red lights, chewing with my mouth closed, and only taking singles from the collection plate. Leaving the big bills for the Lord, you know? I've been trying to be a good boy. All because the Batman's in town, and he'll make me scream from my leg!
Can't do without you, SpongeBob.
My leg! My leg!
Former lost count too. If he keeps appearing in brilliant movies like this though, I won't mind watching his next project from a wheelchair. The Dark Knight is finally dethroned as the top Bat movie, so stick around and we'll clue you in as to why.
Come on, vengeance. Let's get into some trouble.
The Batman sees Robert Pattinson as the lead character in his second year of sending criminals to the ICU. Gotham is under attack by a Riddler, played by Dano, a twisted terrorist who is steps ahead of the Dark Knight and Gotham's finest, the GCPD. The chaos and death that follow will change the city forever. Director Matt Reeves has created a film that not only rivals Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, but stands as the movie of the year to beat for 2022. I came into the theater but a wee little lad and left a man when this monster of an experience was done with me. I felt like Robin Williams in Jumanji.
Where's my mom and dad?
We don't know. This house has been empty for years.
Not only because of its long, lengthy 3-hour runtime, but also because I went through a complete journey filled with fast action, 3-dimensional characters, and a dash of horror for good measure. First things first, can someone send Robert Pattinson a protein bar? Maybe a shake weight? My man's is supposed to be Batman, but instead he looks like a Make-A-Wish kid that Batman visits.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Like, what? There's a scene in the movie where he's shirtless, right? Budget must have been mad tight. Catering table just crumbs and shambles. Because why would they film Robbie with the for just 2 pennies a day body? Like, is the muscle cut out for post-release DLC or something? Like, somebody leave a comment or something. Like, let me know. If you can suspend your disbelief and make your own fan fiction that Gotham is too crime-ridden for LA Fitness, it's all good. I do like that this Batman is inexperienced, more prone to lose his cool. While he still is giving thugs anesthesia of the fist, he's also taking some licks in the process too. Hell, some of the thugs even walk away, which is unseen in past iterations. Batfleck? Now that's a meaty boy. This Bruce definitely plays My Chemical Romance off screen and sends Roar XD text to Alfred. Luckily, Patty has the acting chops to pull off emotional scenes with Andy Serkis' Alfred and Jeffrey Wright's Detective Gordon. That's the great thing about this cast, is that everybody gets to stretch their acting muscles here, delivering memorable lines and moments that get you even more invested in the world. Gordon plays a major role here in the story in trying to help our hero stop the Riddler's chaos. This time around, he does more than just run up the city's electrical bill flipping the light switch for the bat signal. He's actually in the trenches with Batman. Wright has a scene that sent chills down my spine. Speaking of spines, can someone check if Zoe Kravitz's spine is okay after filming wrapped up? She gave Catwoman this empowering strut that came off as if her spine was made from a slinky, or for a more modern reference for the kids, the GTA stripper walk. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. There was no upcoming cerebral palsy arc, this was just her. Anyway, Zoe killed it. I'm just being dumb, let's move on. Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman is fantastic in all her scenes, carrying a strong screen presence that just absorbs you. She's super fleshed out as a character whose energy plays well off of bats like many of the other characters throughout the story. You know she's bad for our hero, always having ulterior motives, but hey, maybe you could make a wife out of a jewel thief. Colin Farrell's Penguin is another highlight for me, as he is just a charming type of slimy that few actors could pull off. This version is far different from anything before it, while also being the best. Like Catwoman, Penguin has so many fun lines, you just can't help but like him. Well, on and off at least. Because he always does something awful quickly after that'll remind you, oh yeah, f*** this guy. As I said earlier, this is a 3-hour project. It's so worth it though. Yes, there's a small slowdown somewhere in the middle, yet you don't mind it because of the rich and full world Reeves has crafted on the screen. The characters, the city, feels like we're getting a uniquely dark world of Gotham for the first time since the '89 film. This is in part thanks to cinematographer Greg Fraser's great eye that also made Dune and Mandalorian look so good. The Batmobile scene here had me turned on, it had me bricked up! Like, I never thought turning on a car could be so hyped, but that speaks volumes to how well shot everything is here. The movie is masterful at visual storytelling. You could literally watch it with no audio and understand what's going on. Bruce staring at a now parentless kid speaks volumes without ever saying a word. Now let's talk about the big bad, the Riddler. The Riddler brings a different challenge, something Batman has never had to deal with before. Detective work. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe some of you didn't know from the 30 years of Bats leaving a pile of crippled thugs, but his moniker is actually world's greatest detective. This story actually sees him live up to it in between the beatdowns of the poor. Batman using his brains for once is all thanks to the film's antagonist, the Riddler. The cunning supervillain gives off Jigsaw vibes from Saw. Dano looks like a normal guy, but the unhinged looks in his eyes makes you feel, uneasy. If he passed me in a parking lot, I'm immediately doing this.
I don't trust you either, I'm sorry. Click. Click.
Nothing's perfect though, and if there are negatives to this experience, it's that you feel like you're watching an R-rated movie on TV. It's that it's clearly something that's been edited to fit a PG-13 rating that was something that was way danker.
I have had it with these monkey-fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane.
Anyway, these weird edits do exist in The Batman, which while still an amazing movie, it's still super noticeable that the original cut had some light art stuff most likely. Another weakness is some of the straight up fight scenes come off as rehearsals. They're so slow and stiff. I'm kind of reminded of the Dark Knight fights, which aren't anything to write home about. Luckily, the best fights in this movie are aided by the clever ways to make Pattinson look like an awesome fighter even if he's not doing much. Overall, The Batman is a complete experience where you get the thrilling scenes, a deep roster of interesting characters, and the best Batman story on film to date. A few meh fighting scenes and iffy edits don't detract from what gave me a boost of adrenaline for 3 hours. I give it 5 out of 5 rich sad kids beating up on people from lower incomes. What's the best Batman film? Who's the greatest that ever wore the cape? Drop a comment, like, and follow the page. Later days.